Boxing has been a bit strange lately. Jake Paul is going around beating up old retired MMA fighters, and Tyson Fury decided that maybe he might just do the same thing. There's a lot of money to be made and very little risk for the boxers, except instead of fighting a retired UFC fighter, Tyson Fury decided to fight Francis Ngannou. And some people are saying that Francis has a better chance at beating Tyson Fury than Anthony Joshua. But before we get any further in the video, make sure to subscribe for the latest boxing news. UFC fighter Tom Aspinall has a current record of 13-3 and ranked number 4 in the heavyweight division. He thinks that because Francis Ngannou is not the traditional boxer, that he stands more of a chance of beating Tyson Fury than Anthony Joshua does. He has been working with Tyson Fury, and he would say this: "Well, if you want an inside breakdown from sparring, see someone like Tyson who has been boxing all their life, or any boxer who has been boxing most of their life. A lot of boxers fight very similar. It's not too dissimilar, especially you come through an amateur circuit and you go the Olympic route and all that kind of stuff. A lot of these guys have very similar styles." Which I would have to agree with in terms of styles. Yes, a lot of boxers have similar styles, but that doesn't mean they stand less of a chance at fighting a UFC fighter. In fact, I would argue the opposite. The reason boxers have such a similar style is because it's generally the best way to fight in the sport of boxing. Hence why someone like Jake Paul, who has been training for only 4 years in boxing, is beating retired UFC fighters like Tyron Woodley and Nate Diaz. UFC boxing is completely different from standardized boxing. Because in UFC you have to worry about more things than just a punch, such as takedowns or kicks, therefore throwing punches correctly and boxing like a boxer in the UFC is actually counterproductive. To box like a boxer in the UFC would mean you would have to rely on the jab and sit on your punches, which would be way too easy for a wrestler to completely annihilate. This is why UFC fighters don't look like traditional boxers when in the boxing ring. This untraditional boxing by UFC fighters also allow boxers to set up what looks to be seemingly easy punches for the UFC fighter to take advantage of, without realizing it's a trap being set up for a counter. This is why I do honestly believe Anthony Joshua stands a better chance of beating Tyson Fury than Francis does. But much like Deontay Wilder, Francis still has insane power, which means if he lands just one punch, it could be lights out. These are just my opinions though. What do you guys think? Make sure to smash the like button if you liked the video, and dislike the video if you disliked it. And as always, have a great day.